Hello and welcome back to Lee County Libraries and the Award Goes To video, a monthly series where each episode dives into a different prestigious literary award from around the world. My name is Katrina and I will be taking you through this episode that showcases the Franz Kafka Prize. A brief history of the Franz Kafka Prize. The Franz Kafka Prize is an international literary award that started in 2001 and is presented to a writer in honor of the Austrian writer Franz Kafka. Since its beginning, there has been an award given out every year. The prize earned its prestige in the mid-2000s when two of the previous winners, Elfriede Jelinek in 2004 and Harold Pinter in 2005, went to win the Nobel Prize in Literature in the same year they won their Franz Kafka Prizes. Who is Franz Kafka? Franz Kafka was born in Prague. He came from a middle-class, German-speaking Jewish family that consisted of his mother, father, two younger brothers who passed in infancy, and three younger sisters who perished during the Holocaust and World War II. From 1889 to 1893, Kafka studied at an all-boys school in Prague. His father, Hermann Kafka, sent him to German schools rather than Czech in hopes of that providing social advancement for the family. In 1901, he graduated from his secondary school with a rigorous classics and foreign language-oriented curriculum. On June 18, 1906, Kafka received his Doctor of Law degree from the University of Prague. Was Kafka always a writer? In 1906, Kafka served as a law clerk. Once he graduated from law school, he was required to provide 1 year of unpaid work as a law clerk for civil and criminal courts. 1907. After working as a law clerk for 1 year, Kafka started working for an Italian insurance company. He left after just 1 year because the work schedule, 8 p.m. to 6 a.m., was making it very difficult for him to focus on his true passion, writing. 1908. On July 15, 1908, Kafka resigned from the Italian insurance company and began working for the Workers' Accident Insurance Institute for the Kingdom of Bohemia. 1922. In July of 1922, Kafka retired due to his worsening tuberculosis. While Kafka was working for the Workers' Accident Insurance Company, men were being drafted for World War I. His job was deemed essential, so he avoided the draft and did not fight, even though he wanted to. Kafka was first published in a few periodicals: the bi-monthly issue of German magazine Hyperion from 1908 to 1909, the Prague German newspaper Bohemia from 1909 to 1911, and the German magazine Herder Blatter from 1912. Famous works. First published in 1915, The Metamorphosis is Kafka's most famous and commented upon work. The short novel tells the story of a Central European textile salesman who gets woken up one morning to the strange realization that he has turned into a human-sized beetle-like insect. The main character faces internal struggles of knowing that he has become an object of disgrace for his family. The Metamorphosis allows the reader to meditate on the human feelings of inadequacy, guilt, and isolation. Nobel Prize winner Elias Canetti called The Metamorphosis one of the few great, perfect poetic works of the century. Other well-known works by Kafka include The Trial, In the Penal Colony, The Castle, and America. The Trial was written in 1914, but it was not published until 1925, which was a year after Kafka's death. Kafka's name became an adjective to describe and sum up the major themes in his work. The word is often used to describe literature that includes surreal horror and an oppressive social atmosphere. Famous quotes from Kafka. Start with what is right rather than what is acceptable. God gives the nuts, but he does not crack them. A book must be the axe for the frozen sea within us. Kafka was a prolific writer, but he burned most of his work. Much of his remaining works were lost or unpublished. The destruction of his work was due to his persistent struggles with self-doubt. Before Kafka had passed, he wrote in his will that his literary executor and close friend, Max Brod, was to burn all of his unfinished works. Brod chose to go against Kafka's wishes and went on to publish multiple unfinished stories. Some of those stories were The Trial in 1925, The Castle in 1926, and America 1927. And now it is time for a trivia challenge. The question is, Franz Kafka was multilingual. What languages could he read in? Watch to the end for the answer. Prize criteria. The Franz Kafka Prize is awarded to a writer's body of work based on the following: contribution to cultural, national, language, and religious tolerance, its human, existential, and timeless character, human validity, and its ability to hand over a testimony about our times. The Franz Kafka Prize. The winner will be presented with a miniature replica of a Franz Kafka statue, a certificate, and is given $10,000. The Franz Kafka statue consists of two bodies. The lower massive figure is a hollow suit, and on its shoulders sits Franz Kafka himself. The memorial is inspired by Kafka's short story, Description of a Struggle. The creation of the statue was initiated by the Franz Kafka Society in the 1990s and is located near Old Town Square in Prague. Who votes for the winner? The Franz Kafka Prize is given out annually by the City of Prague and the Franz Kafka Society in honor of the 20th century writer. The Franz Kafka Society. Established in 1990, the Franz Kafka Society is a non-profit organization created to celebrate the heritage in German language literature in the city of Prague. The society is co-sponsor to the prize and currently holds about 1,000 members globally. The mission of this organization is to foster cultural polarity among the Czech, German, and Jewish people of Central Europe. Where is the award given? The Franz Kafka Prize is given out at the Old Town Hall in Prague. The first Franz Kafka Prize was awarded to Philip Roth in 2001. Roth was an American novelist and short story writer whose works are characterized by an acute ear for dialogue, a concern with Jewish middle-class life, and the painful entanglements of love. In Roth's later years, his works were informed by an increasingly raw and engrossed view on mortality and with the future of the aging body in mind. Did you know? American Pastoral was awarded a Pulitzer Prize. Notable previous winners. In 2020, it was Haruki Murakami. Known for his magical realist writing style, he often incorporates elements of surrealism and minimalism, where his characters often struggle with existential questions. He has written a total of 14 novels and has published 5 collections of short stories. Murakami's Kafka on the Shore was written with admiration towards Kafka's work. This book explores themes of surrealism, the human condition, and of prophecy. His first novel, Hear the Wind Sing, won the Gunzu Literature Prize for Budding Writers in 1979. Following the success of this book, he wrote 2 sequels, Pinball 1973 and A Wild Sheep Chase. These 3 books form the trilogy of The Rat. Notable previous winners. In 2021, it was Margaret Atwood. Atwood has been the recipient of numerous awards. Her work has been published in more than 45 countries, is the author of more than 50 books of fiction, poetry, critical essays, and graphic novels. A reporter once asked Atwood about the moment she felt that she'd made it. Atwood's response was, "I was always doing what I wanted, but it depended on how many side jobs I had to have in order to support it. The moment when I didn't need to have another job, but could be a freelancer, that was 1972. That was it." Did you know The Handmaid's Tale is her most famous and discussed work? So let's meet our 2024 Franz Kafka Prize winner, Josef Winkler. Born in Austria in 1953. He had worked as an administrator at the University of Klagenfurt from 1973 to 1982, when he began writing full-time. In 2007, he was awarded the Austrian National Prize, and his novel, Menschenkind, translated to Human Being, was awarded the Ingeborg Bachmann Prize in 1979. Winkler is the author of 14 books, among them the award-winning trilogy Das wilde Kärtchen. His works include themes of Catholicism and Nazism in Austrian country life. Peter Rose. Rose is an Austrian literary writer and gave the laudatory speech at the 2024 Franz Kafka Prize ceremony, winning his own prize in 1993. Rose has written over 20 prose works, 2 poetry collections, and numerous plays. Trivia Challenge answer. The question was, Franz Kafka was multilingual. What languages could he read in? The answer is, Franz Kafka could read in 5 languages: German, Czech, Yiddish, French, and Greek. Are you interested in learning more about Franz Kafka? The books to the left and many more are available to be checked out at the Lee County Library main branch. To locate these books in the library, search under the call number 838K in the adult nonfiction section or under the last name Kafka in the adult fiction section. You can like this video and subscribe to our YouTube channel at Lee County Libraries NC, and stay tuned for next month's episode of And the Award Goes To. As always, thanks for watching and see you next time.